Hey, friend of the leaf. Yeah, I just want to be sure that it was doggone camera recording. Hope everybody's doing good. Watching flipping back and forth between the Padres and Arizona Diamondbacks game and Golden Girls back and forth. And I thought I'd come make a video. And Cammy is playing with a coat cap she has. Somebody, I think Emily gave to her to play with. She's playing, batting it across the floor. So the cat, Cammy cat. So I'm smoking some HHO Darkfired that I've had aging for. Took it out of the container this time. I'm going to store it in a jar. I think it'll do a little better. I've had this aging for about a year and a half and cracked the tin, probably 15, 16 months anyway. And cracked open the tin a couple of days ago, and let me tell y'all, it has it's the one in the little brown tin, little brown square McBaron HHO Darkfire. And it's one of my favorites. Year before last, I think it was tied with first place, or maybe came in a close second on my year-end top 10. Fire-cured burleys, and Virginia's heat pressed. And I'm smoking it in this little Kaywoodie that was sent to me by our friend Guy Witherspoon back here. Well, it's been over a year ago now too, so I enjoy smoking it from time to time. Guy, I have surely have. I've enjoyed it. Well, I was watching the game. It was tied up 1-1, and then flipped over and decided to watch a little Golden Girls. My favorite team is the St. Louis Cardinals, and they are doing really well this year. I'm hoping they can go all the way. I've been a Cardinals fan since, I don't know, my son, when he was a little bitty boy, 5 or 6 years old, started really watching the Cardinals. I don't know how he picked them to be his favorite team. And like I say, he wasn't 6 years old, maybe, and playing t-ball, and he was a Cardinals fan and has been all his life. He's turned 29 in April. Their store opened today. His new store that he's managing opened in Lafayette. No, yesterday. Talked to him today, and they did well over $4,000 their second day and hadn't even advertised. So we're very proud of him. But no, he was always a Cardinals fan, and so I started becoming one a little bit too. And of course, he always wanted to go see him play, and we took a vacation and went to St. Louis one year, and of course there's tons to do in St. Louis. You know, everything from the Budweiser, the original brewery tour, which is awesome. You got to see if you ever go through there. This thing dates back to the turn of the century, you know, old, and just absolutely a great tour. You know, you got Grant's Farm, you got Six Flags, you got they got a zoo that's out of the world. You got an arch you can go in. You got, of course, you know, I always go to Busch Stadium, and we seen 2 games. Of course, he got the, you know, the souvenirs, the caps, the pennants, the baseballs. I mean, he was in hog heaven. They won both games that year. They played Cincinnati Reds and I believe the Astros, which my father-in-law and my wife come out of Houston, or my wife was raised in Houston. They're from here originally. Of course, my father-in-law was always Astro, a Houston fan, and when we'd go to Houston and see him, especially if the Cardinals were playing, we'd always catch him in the Astrodome down there. But we went back a couple more times, and then lo and behold, my brother, who was a chiropractor, went to went to school in St. Louis for his chiropractic training, and he was up there 5 years, I don't remember how long it was now. Of course, he went to school here locally for 2 or 3 years and then finished up there, so it was about 4, I guess, and we went a couple of times there while he was there, so we've seen him play. I have not seen him play in the new stadium, the new Busch Stadium. I hated that they tore down the old one, but I guess such is progress. But my son has not seen him in the new stadium either. He's seen him a couple of times at the Minute Maid Stadium in Houston in the last couple of years. So, but I do hope they make it to the. I'm certain they'll go to the playoffs. I feel certain they'll wind up in the World Series. I'm hoping anyway. So, I've been wearing my lucky St. Louis cap anyway. So, in hopes of Cardinals. I think red is their home. I may have forgotten, and I watch them all the time. I think red is when they play at home, and the dark blue is on the road. I think that's how it goes. They've got 2 different uniforms, but me and my wife and Miss Emily went into town tonight for dinner. We were going to Arby's. For some reason or other, we only have the one Arby's location here. Everything else we got comes in 7s and 8s, But we got the one Arby's, and it's on Louisville Avenue, which is US 80 in Monroe. We live in West Monroe. So it's 16, 17 miles over there, and we decided we wanted an Arby's. Well, on the way, we were getting close to a restaurant that's been there since 1954, found out tonight, in the same location, 60 years, the Piccadilly, and it's a cafeteria type deal. And Emily said, let's go there. And of course, both wife and I agreed, yeah, let's do. Hadn't been there in a while, and you can get whatever in there, and it's which I had the little chopped hamburger steak and rice and gravy and cabbage, and I always loved their mac and cheese. All that used to be made from scratch. They'd bake their own pies and everything. They were out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's an old company, and a lady, Miss Esther is her name. She rings you up she don't take your money, but she totals up your ticket at the end of the buffet line, and then of course when you go to pay before you leave, there's by the door register, and Miss Esther's been there. I asked her how long tonight. She said been there 48 years, and I'm 49, be 50 in next April. And I remember seeing Miss Esther all my life as a little kid, and that was always been pretty much her job, sitting at the end of that buffet line, and said she'd been there 48 years. And said they'd begun to close several of them, different locations that, of course, they went through a bankruptcy, and I guess hopefully they came out of it and they've weeded out some of the losers. But I tell you, it's an old icon around here that has been, like I say, been here since 1954, and it still does a booming business, especially at lunch and after church. It's just packed. I guess it's one of the oldest continuously run restaurants, if not the oldest. With the exception of Gino's Italian, it may be no, I think Gino's came about in the late 50s. The old Lotus Club, it may be, but it's not really a restaurant. It's kind of a. But if you got a Piccadilly in your town, or you see one, I'm telling you that it's worth stopping. They're decent food, sure are. Well, I'm gonna wrap this one up so I can get it downloaded. It takes a long time to download the lengthy one, so I'm gonna cut this one a little short, get it downloaded. I'm glad y'all stopped in and visited. Hope to see some of you old timers come back, getting a few hit and miss. I talked to Pipe Pappy the other night. Not going to say how long we talked on the phone, but here either one can say anything about no gossiping women on the phone, because I think we broke a record. But I did enjoy it, and like we were talking about the night before last, wintertime's coming on, and hopefully that'll bring back some people get, cabin fever, get stuck inside and can't get out for the weather, maybe they'll get on here and come on back and make a few videos. But until then, y'all take care, have a good one, and as always, God bless you.